Ciao, my name is Alessandro, and in the spring of 2021, I'm going to offer two advanced classes, one at the 200 and the other at the 300 level. The 300 level class, taught in English with an extra hour of Italian for majors and concentrators, is titled Rome as Palimpsests, From Ruins to Virtual Reality. It is a course about the city of Rome, where I was born, in the Renaissance, in the 19th century and in the 20th century, and it involves things such as playing video games like Assassin's Creed 2 and using Google Maps in a very creative way, and reading Petrarch and looking at Michelangelo's frescoes, and also, if possible, visiting Philadelphia places that were copied from structures and monuments in Rome. And in the end, we're gonna hold a workshop with objects from the Bryn Mawr collection that pertain to visiting Rome, to the city of Rome. The other course at the 200 level is a course that is not only cross-listed with classics, but actually co-taught with a classics professor, Professor Ava Shirazi from Haverford College, and it is titled Creating Classics, and it is about Pierpaolo Pasolini's films that rewrite Greek tragedies in an experimental way. Pasolini was this incredibly influential intellectual in 1960s and 1970s Italy, who was queer but Catholic, Marxist but conservative, who was a poet but was famous for his films. And this course is about translation, and it is about recodification, and it is about actually making our own films. In the end, there's going to be a workshop, a creative workshop based on the theories and the case studies that we will encounter throughout the semester. I'm going to leave both the syllabi for these classes in the description of the video, so please go and check them out, and have a great Ciao.
Ciao, I'm Chiara Benetollo. In the next semester, I will be teaching beginning and intermediate Italian. With the beginners who are not so beginners anymore, we will continue our journey through the Italian language and culture. We will learn how to express our fears, our desires, our expectations and dreams in Italian. And the more we learn, the more we will be able to truly immerse ourselves in the cultural life of this country. We will be reading Italian magazines and newspapers, and we will be watching Italian movies, and of course, we will never stop listening to Italian songs. Learning a new language is all about stepping outside of your comfort zone. And that can be challenging and difficult, especially at the beginning. But it is also incredibly rewarding. And I promise that by the end of the year, you will feel so at home inside the Italian language that you will never want to leave. In the intermediate course, we will continue to develop our linguistic skills and to explore the diverse voices that have shaped and continue to shape the Italian cultural life. Movies and literary texts will be our starting points to discuss what is going on in Italy right now, from COVID to rampant racism and the fight against both. But we will also talk about how we got there, from the history of Italian feminist movements to the history of migration in Italy and much more. It will be a very interesting journey, and I really look forward to meeting all of you. Ciao, a presto!
Ciao ragazzi, my name is Daria and I'll be teaching Beginning Italian 2 at Haverford College next semester. So in our journey through the beauty of Italian language and culture, I will guide and help you, I will be with you and for you in order to help you to communicate in the language of Dante, of course, but also to acquire and refine those intercultural skills that today are fundamental in order to live in this diverse and plural world, of course, in a constructive way. So when we think about learning a foreign language, you don't have to think just to learn how to say something, use different words for the same things, but learning another language is actually thinking in a different way. Learning another language is like becoming a new person. So let's start this transformation together and this new adventure together. I will be here for you in order to let you become a new person. So I look forward to seeing you next semester. Un saluto e a presto. Ciao ragazzi!
Hello everybody, this is Roberta Ricci, Chair of the Italian Studies Department at Bryn Mawr College. Next semester I will be teaching Italian 303, which is an upper level seminar taught in Italian dedicated to medical humanities and cross-listed with the health studies program. In the course will be dedicated to Boccaccio and epidemic illness. COVID-19, backwards to 1347. Boccaccio, in his masterpiece, The Decameron, narrates the pestilence, the plague that devastated the city of Florence, as a matter of fact also Italy, Europe. The city of Florence altering completely the society, not only from a financial and social point of view, but also from a human point of view. Boccaccio writes in the introduction that the fathers abandon mothers, mothers abandon sisters, and most seriously, fathers and mothers abandon their own kids in times of the pestilence. So then we will be dealing with many questions. How can literature help us dealing with our isolation now? But most of all, how can we maintain our humanity, our solidarity? How can we still help each other, support each other, love each other in times of COVID, in times of the plague? How can we learn from our past? What can we learn from our past? Boccaccio narrates of 10 young people, 7 women and 3 men, who decided to leave the city, and they fled to the countryside in order to self-quarantine themselves. And they decide to spend their quarantine telling each other stories. So the storytelling, the narration, literature becomes an important tool towards moral salvation. I hope to see you there. We will be talking about umanità, disumanità, lack of humanity, and post-umanità. Ciao e a presto.